Hello guys, Kopi Monokopi to the Leapers out there. My name's Jennifer and this is my Ghostbusters mug. We are getting ready for Halloween. And karate shirt. I'm actually about to be a purple belt in karate and I'm super excited. Probably in another month or so. Anyways, maybe a couple months. But anyways, yeah, it's hard. We have to do all these katas and everything. Yeah, so I'm super excited because today I'm reacting to Avery Dixon. He's one of my favorite saxophone players. And Avery, I'm going to send you the link to this anyway. So if you do see this, you're awesome. And I love everything you do on your page and stuff. And yeah, my students actually, not to bring up the bullying stuff, but my saxophone students were saying they were bullied this year. And I was like, okay, who needs a fighting partner? I was kidding because that Kempo's not used for that way. It's used to defend, you know. But that's awful. I mean, man, I don't know what this world is coming to where, you know, people have to feel superior by bullying. That's just not right. So, but Avery is amazing. He was on AGT last year, and he gave a great speech about bullying and stuff, and he was showing those bullies and still is, and it's amazing. So I told my students that. I said, watch this saxophone player. You need to see him. And he is showing off every single one of his bullies. And I said that to my saxophone players. And one of them came to me in tears one day because they were bullied that day. They got orange juice or something squirted at them. So I told them a funny bully story for me that happened with me because that happened to me with the juice thing. And then I just blocked the girl. She couldn't get a punch in. It was hilarious. But anyway, and then she just left. But anyway, so I told them that and they laughed a little. And then I had them watch one of your videos from AGT and they were like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, now he's famous. It's awesome. So I just wanted to tell you that, Avery, because if you see this, my students look up to you and so do I. So I just wanted to share that story that I'm showing them your video of what happened and because they're a little discouraged right now, but I'm hoping as the year goes on, it gets better for them. They're in karate too as well, actually. One of my students is taking Kempo like me. He's a black belt, so he's a little higher up. I just started again. So I was a brown belt in Kempo, but I started over. So, because that was when I was a kid. But anyways, all right, so I'm going to listen to At Last. I actually performed this one, but I had more of a classical style to it because I'm more of a classical player. I do jazz too, but not quite like some of the jazz players, you know, how they do it, different styles and stuff. But this is a beautiful song. Etta James, she's wonderful. I know it's a lot of my students didn't know the song when I did it, so I don't know if people will know it or not, but I do. Because I used to be made fun of for listening to the old standards and stuff. That's one of the things that happened was they were like, what are you listening to? And I'm like, Etta James. And like, what? They're like, listen to this. And I'm like, I don't want to. Anyway, did that ever happen to you guys? Did anyone ever make fun of you for like listening to the older stuff? Anyway, it's whatever. And now I can play it. So, so I put that up on YouTube. But anyway, so here we go. Kopi Monokopi, Avery Dixon on At Last. That was simply amazing. You're amazing. I say this every time, but I don't care because you are. You're amazing. Okay, let's talk about your technique. Avery's technique, you guys, is, oh my gosh. He knows all his scales. He knows all his chromatic scales. He knows all his minors, his, dominant sevenths, all that stuff. So obviously, because we heard that in there. Just simply amazing technique. All the jazz stuff, all the jazz scales and chords and everything. Did Avery, if you see this, did you ever play piano? Anyways, I'm just wondering because a lot of jazz players will know piano too. I had to learn piano in college, but thankfully I knew piano from when I was younger, so I never kind of stopped it. But anyway, I always tell my saxophone students if they play piano to keep up with it. But amazing performance. That backtrack was cool too. I wonder if he made the backtrack or not, but it was really cool. Making backtracks is hard. So I don't know. But I also wonder if he has perfect pitch. I don't know. Sounds like he might, but like for me, on saxophone, I have relative pitch, but I don't have perfect pitch. But for saxophone, I have relative, I think. So the difference with that is you could kind of develop into it as you play throughout the years. But I don't for piano or guitar or anything like that. So, but anyways, yeah, so that was amazing. Simply amazing. That altissimo at the end, oh my gosh. I get out of breath when I play altissimo notes. It's hard, you guys. So altissimo is the range beyond the saxophone. So that's the really, really high notes that the piano and the flutes can play and stuff. But normally the saxophone has to go beyond the range to play those notes, but it is possible. My professor could go up to altissimo high C, maybe higher, like 2 octaves above the middle C, actually 3 octaves above middle C, I forget, probably 2. But anyways, he could go up there for the Glossinov concerto. And yeah, that's amazing too. But I could go up to about a G. One of my horns actually has a G on it. The soprano has a G on it. But anyway, it's really hard to play. You have to have a lot of air to play that high note, the high altissimo. You also have to know overtones and things like that. So that's really hard. So that altissimo, the way he held that was amazing. And then the run at the end, it sounded almost chromaticism. And it almost sounded like maybe thirds as well. But it was so fast. It was kind of hard to tell a little bit. But it was amazing either way. And that was simply technique. That was really, really, really amazing technique. And just the whole thing was incredible. So thank you, Avery, for sharing that. I'm so glad you're still posting to YouTube and everything. Let's get his YouTube up, guys. He's got 5.29K, which is amazing. So let's get his YouTube up. I know he probably doesn't need my help, but I'm helping anyways. But yeah, so he's an amazing saxophonist, and I know the singers are popular, but the saxophonists, there's a lot of good instrumentalists too, and I'm going to listen to more of them. There was a clarinet player that I listened to a while back. I'm going to listen to her again too. But there's a lot of really good instrumentalists as well, so we should be supporting them as well. So Kopi Mana Kopi, guys, and thanks for watching. See you soon.